I knew Jorell wasn't an honor student. At our house, he sometimes read bedtime stories to our boys, tripping over words I'd expect a high school junior to know. But I still believed he was progressing normally toward graduation. We had the same conversation every time. "How's school?" I asked. "Good," he said. When pressed, he said he was passing his classes with mostly C's. I'd ask for specifics about certain subjects, science or English or math, and he'd say he recently aced a quiz or completed a difficult homework assignment. "Nice," I'd say, and pretty much leave it at that. As his senior year began in August 2015, though, I became increasingly confused. One night when Anna and the boys were gone, Jorell and I had dinner at our house, just the two of us. We were finishing up when he said his fall schedule had been completely revamped. Instead of the typical load of a half-dozen classes, he now only took 3, and his school day ended at noon. After that, he would go home and sleep. This made no sense to me. Seniors taking a lighter load is a time-honored tradition, but Jorell was no university-bound overachiever who could afford a little breather. He had no plans to go to college, and so this could represent his last shot at formal education. Then the conversation got really strange. "Actually, it looks like I'm going to graduate early," he said. "What? Why?" "I'm going to take the TABE test, and if I do well, I'll graduate a semester early." I looked at him askance. This was absurd. I had no idea what the TABE test was, but why would someone with subpar reading skills graduate early? "That's just what they told me," he said. As I took him back home to Ferguson, I wondered, was this some weird cost-cutting measure by the Ferguson-Florissant School District to wean students off the rolls early? Was Jorell exploiting some loophole? I couldn't tell if he was pulling one over on McClure High School or if McClure was pulling one over on him. Soon afterward, I talked to Jorell's father, Joe, who was similarly confused about what was going on. He agreed to call McClure and give permission for me to talk to the principal, Jane Crawford, to try to get to the bottom of things. Crawford and I finally connected in early October 2015. She was very pleasant, answering my barrage of questions. Why was Jorell taking so few classes? What was the TABE test? Why in the world was he going to graduate early? "Jorell isn't on pace to graduate early," she said. "In fact, he's not on pace to graduate with his class at all." She explained that students needed to earn 7 credits per year, but Jorell had accumulated only 10.5 credits total in his first 3 years. Though he called himself a senior, technically he was still a sophomore. He's less than halfway there. Because he was so far behind, he'd been enrolled in an alternative curriculum, which could potentially put him back on track. It required him to take 3 classes, while also working or volunteering for 30 hours a week. Further, to graduate, he also needed to pass a test called the Hachette, which was similar to the GED. "The Hachette test is very hard," Crawford went on. "Sometimes we have kids who really struggle to pass it." In preparation, Jorell had taken the TABE test, which is designed to show which areas of study a student needs to improve upon for the Hachette. Before I could process all of this, Crawford dropped a bombshell. Jorell was no longer attending McClure. "What? He's not?" "No, he's at the Mark Twain Student Support Center," she went on, referencing the alternative school in Florissant for kids with behavioral and academic issues. "Was he transferred there because he was behind on credits?" She consulted her files. "No, that was following an incident that took place when he was getting off the bus at the bus stop by his house in January," she said. "It involved Jorell and some outside people who were in an altercation. A weapon was used, some shots were fired. As a safety precaution, he was transferred so as not to have trouble at the bus stop."